Donk Nation, Jackson, Janet Greens, and welcome to your Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you one of the last off-season nonsensical Steelers talk as camp is underway. Preseason is about to start, I believe, on Thursday coming up. A little late on this one as we're out on vacation, but I thought I'd do something fun, so I brought Bugboo into the fold this week for a nice Tuesday afternoon episode for us, I guess it is. And Bugboo, how you doing?
Good.
Remember, you got to talk towards the mic so everyone can hear you. And anything you want to say about the Steelers or how you're feeling before any of the games actually start?
Good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay. Well, I thought what would be fun here is to get your prediction on like important stats, who's going to lead the Steelers in this stat. And maybe we did this already, but I don't think we did, have we? No? Okay, good. Okay, so we'll start off with the obvious one. Who's going to be the leading passer for the Steelers? So that's yardage, touchdowns, all those fun ones. Your options as it stands now, of course, is the starter, Aaron Rodgers, and then people fighting for the backup job, Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Drew Aller. Who do you think is going to be the leading passer for the Steelers?
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Oh, so you're thinking there's probably going to be an injury to Aaron Rodgers, huh?
It happened last season.
He still led the Steelers in all stats, even with a little bit of... I don't think he had much time out if he was hurt. Okay, let's move on to running backs then. We have named starter Jaylen Warren. Rico Dowdle brought in to split time with Jaylen Warren. You also have some wild cards in last year's third-round pick, Caleb Johnson. This year's seventh-round pick in Eli Heinrich. A guy like Lou Nichols, who had a good preseason last year at the Steelers. Of course, Travis Homer was added as well. Who do you think is going to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers in total yards as a running back?
Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen Warren. That's a pretty solid take there. So then let's move on to let's break the wide receiving into wide receivers and then tight ends. Who do you think is going to have the best season in terms of tight ends receiving yards for the Steelers? And we'll go touchdowns with that too. They brought in a guy like Jaheim Bell, Lance Mason, Lake McRae, all likely guys who aren't going to make the roster. And then you have guys like Robert Tonyan, who's a fringe roster guy. But then you have the two established, Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington. Who do you think will be the leading receiver out of the tight ends?
Freiermuth.
I think that's a good pick too with the McCarthy system here. Now we get to wide receivers. So I'll list you all the guys who really don't seem like they have a great chance or bottom roster guys, and then we'll say the four who are most likely to be pass catchers. And maybe I'll throw Roman Wilson into that top four because, it's been said that he's getting along well, but you got guys right now on the roster like Jacquin Davis, Max Hurlman, Jacoby Keeney-James, Cornell Powell just got added, Ben Skronik, a special teams guy, Brandon Smith, Levi Wentz, Caden Wetjen, a wide draft pick who's more of a kick returner, Isaiah Winstead. Those guys all on the roster. And then you have the guys who are looking to really break out. Roman Wilson really looking to break out with this team as a number 3 spot. Same thing, you're looking for Jeremy Bernard to be in that spot. And then you've got the recently brought in Michael Pittman Jr., and, of course, DK Metcalf. Who do you think is going to be the leading wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Who's thinking about this one?
I know DK's going to get thrown out of a game.
Well, that's not what the question was. Who do you think is going to be the best wide receiver there?
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. Okay, that's a fair pick. Then let's do something like who's going to lead the team in sacks. For that, we'll talk about obvious picks, right? TJ Watt. Why am I drawing blanks on names now? Jack Sawyer as a backup type guy. Of course, you have the other side over there with some really good ones in Highsmith and Herbig, potential sack leaders. And then you get down to the defensive line side. You have like Derek Harmon, Cameron Hayward, probably as the guys you would pick to potentially lead this team in sacks. Maybe if you're a big nose type, you're like, hey, babe, why don't you talk about Wyatt Black or Dean Lowry or Keanu Benton? But who do you think is going to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers in sacks?
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, okay. And then let's get into interceptions. You have all the Afro-named players that I said there. Maybe a middle linebacker steps into this one. Maybe you're a fan of Patrick Queen or Cole Holcomb, or why can't I think of the other middle linebacker's name now? Peyton Wilson. leading the team in interceptions, or maybe you're more a true blue person and says one of the safeties is going to do it, whether it's a Jaquan Brisker, Deshaun Elliott, maybe a step up from one of the other guys, Jenkins, Henderson, Spears, Jennings, Bukamu, that's it for the safeties. Going through them kind of quick. Maybe you think Joey Porter Jr. is going to step up and lead the team in interceptions. Maybe Asante Samuel Jr. gets a starting role. Maybe Sebastian Castro. Maybe Brandon Eccles, Jamel Dean, the brand new brought in cornerback. Maybe you like a hybrid type of guy, and Jalen Ramsey playing safety and corner to lead the team in interceptions. Who do you think has the Steelers lead in interceptions?
There's a lot of names.
Yeah, it was. Anyone that do you think it's going to be like a corner or a safety? We can narrow it down that way.
Which one? Wait, can you say the last couple again?
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen
Ramsey. All right, that's a solid pick there. And that's pretty much all the predictions I have for players and stats and stuff. Any predictions you want to make about player stats or anything like that?
Not really.
No? Any shout outs you want to give for this week?
The Steelers? The whole Steelers team?
The whole Steelers team. Okay, that's fair. I'll give a shout out to the 2026 NFL Hall of Fame class. There's some nice, good names in there. Just give a whole shout out to the class in general. Good to see the Hall of Fame game go down. Next episode, we'll have Steeler football to talk about, mostly just backups. But, maybe there'll be some guys who show some stuff that you're like, hey, I want to see them get some earlier reps, kind of like Lou Nichols did last year. Maybe he's a guy who can show it again and work his way into a roster. That'd be pretty cool to see. But for now, I'll let you know I'm the Viking Donkey. It's Viking_Donkey at Twitch or Twitter. Daily Dose Donkey. Ginger's an awesome YouTube channel where you get this sweet content. Hopefully, we'll have more Bug Boo this year. Plan on doing a Bug Cap every week unless Bug decides it's too boring for him, because that's his new turn of phrase that he likes to use any and at all times. But now I gotta let you know, Donk Nation, Steelers Nation, love y'all. Wave them if you got them.
Let's go, Steelers!